proxy war and in the terrorist operations or insurgency, there is a big overlap. For example, that when any terrorist organization works, they also have their own intelligence, they have their own information, they have their own tentacles, just the way we expect our own security forces to have the tentacles and information. In this particular case, it's been a very typical thing that the intelligence gathering by the terrorist and the OGW combined had been done in a manner that they could locate the gaps where the security forces or the intelligence or the operational grid was not intact or there were gaps. So they found a gap, and over a period of time, the advantage of striking first is always in the hand of the terrorist. So they decided that over a period of time, they have established a pattern. They have got their targets very, very clearly marked out. They have understood how the police, the military operations, they are, in synergy or not, how the intelligence agencies have worked. Also, uh, when you talk about the intelligence, there is a human and there is a techant. The human techant has to ride over the operational grid in concert. The movement of any like area domination patrols and all that, that feedback has to go back to the int grid. And the intelligence grid has to constantly keep feeding the operational grid. In this particular case, I think there was no common operating picture. There was a lack of command and control. And the system that you're talking about of the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth, YSMS, and the ultra-secure communication system, they have also been using the Baidu system of the Chinese. So at the end of the day, if you are pointing at what can happen and what should happen now, is important for us to understand that if the NIA has got certain evidences of how many OGWs were involved in the whole thing, they could also use technology to trace back the pattern on which the whole thing unfolded. A 3D mapping, of course, of the area is okay, but I think they have to do a tech mapping of the entire episode from where they infiltrated. Now that you have a date of 15th April, I'm sure it has come back from the traces which either the technology forensics has given some indication. And also, when you are going to look at the OGWs are always double agents. They are also sometimes the favorites of the police and the intelligence agencies. And therefore, they are the weakest and the most bendable people. They will always side the stronger entity, stronger side. If the police and the military grid or the security force grid is heavier, the OGW will quickly shift and start giving information. And the moment they find that the intelligence grid or the operational grid is weak, they will quickly bend towards the terrorists because then they will have an upper hand. So whoever has the upper hand, the OGW becomes their agent. Um, the future will certainly go into finding the traces through the tech, the human, and the operational grid combined, and also look at the tightening of the grid. Complete grid has to be tightened. And more you tighten the grid if the information is credible that they are still in the valley. The valley affords the terrain advantage to the security forces that the higher reaches can be sealed, the valley can be sealed completely. Once the valley is sealed, they know that these terrorists will not be able to get out of the valley, go into either south of it, get into another Indian state towards Jammu, or go towards north into Ladakh area or towards Himachal Pradesh. If all that is tightened, of course, the LC is already tightened, then it is just a matter of time that all of them will get eliminated,
Okay.
including the OGWs. Either they get eliminated or they completely come on surface and they start reporting about it. I think it is the heavier side which will prevail now.